Morning from Chiang Mai in Thailand. How are you? How are we all? Fantastic, beautiful day here. Just got to adjust my camera a bit. Somehow a bit of a shadow's cast across my face in the sun, but that's okay. It's a beautiful morning here. How are we all? Good? I'm at a new cafe here. You wouldn't believe this place. Just absolutely amazing. Hopefully you can hear me okay here. There's a bit of noise here, but that noise is actually a waterfall. Waterfall, fountain, I don't know. We'll turn the camera around in a second and have a look. Hello Hobby Time. Welcome buddy, welcome. So yeah, welcome to the normal Sunday morning My Time live stream, where we talk about all sorts of crap, don't we? Anything, whatever comes up, whatever's in the news, whatever questions you people might have about why you should live here in Thailand and retire early if you can, why it's so fantastic here, especially right now. Right now you should be booking your tickets for a holiday. You really should, because it's that time of the year. It's the tourist season, the high season. And it's the first time I've been in Chiang Mai for this time of the year, so I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring. But the main thing it's going to bring is the weather, the perfect weather, which has started already. Although I will say that yesterday morning, hello, mostly invisible. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Welcome again. I will say that this time yesterday morning, there was quite a storm came through. Quite overcast. It looked like it was going to be raining all day, but it cleared up and it was gone. This morning it's perfect here, absolutely perfect. As you can see, the sky's blue, the sun's out. There's actually a bit of a nice breeze here. You can see the branches and that moving around. It's a nice breeze, probably about 25 degrees, I would say, 26 degrees. It will get up to, 30 degrees this afternoon, around about 3, 4 and 5 o'clock are the hottest times of the year here, and it'll get up to about 30, but mostly until then it'll just creep up in the high 20s. But yeah, this place here, I am literally directly across the road from the condo where I live, and I did not know this place existed. There's a little corner of paradise here that I had no idea was even here, and this is what brings me to one of the topics I want to bring up here is how much exploring Chiang Mai can be so amazing. And anywhere in Thailand, just walking down a soi, like a small little laneway that you've never been down before, can bring about all sorts of little hidden away shops and cafes and restaurants and things that it's just a sensory overload here, it really is. So what I'll do is I'll explain. So I'm across the road. So my location here is on the Chiang Mai Lampung Road that runs north to south along the length of the Ping River, which flooded a few weeks ago. It was all in the news. And just southeast, sort of a southeast direction from the centre of Chiang Mai City, by about at most 15-minute motorbike ride or a 30-minute walk. Really good location here. And right opposite my condo is a gas station. Okay, it's just an unremarkable gas station, and part of that gas station is what they call a Tops shop or Tops supermarket. So Tops is like how can I say, it's like a 7-Eleven, right? Just another version of 7-Eleven. And this one's in the gas station here. And that's all I thought was here. There was no other signs that I noticed or anything. But just next door to it, deeper into the service station, into the gas station, I'm Australian, so we call them a service station, all right? There is a mechanics place at the back where they're working on stuff. So a bit of industrial area at the back. But right next to 7-Eleven, there's this coffee shop. It's called Fuel. Okay, there's one of their napkins here. napkins, serviettes, whatever you want to call them. There it is. Sorry, it's back to front. That's the camera. It's called Fuel Coffee. I thought, okay, I'll stick my head in there yesterday and have a look. Unfortunately, they were closed. So I thought, oh well, I'll come back down in the morning and see if it's okay and I can do my live stream here. Came back down here about an hour ago, walked in, and my God, it's beautiful in there. Some beautiful Thai music. There's 3 lovely girls in there doing the coffees. They've got chocolate cakes, croissants and things like that going on. It's really nice. And out the back, which I didn't realise, there's 2 glass doors leading to the back courtyard where I am. And in the back here, they've got all these pot plants. Now, we'll get a bit of a camera view going here. So you can see along the wall here, all right, all these pot plants. So there's something new growing there. What's that, 46 degrees centigrade, yeah, in the Western Pilbara, Western Australia, yesterday. Oh, that's hot. That is very hot, mate. Wow. Okay, so yeah, all these amazing plants, you know, not the stuff you smoke, of course, but, you know, that's next door on the other side of the gas station. And seriously, that's where the, what would you call it? They call them dispensaries over here. Okay, where you want to buy that other green leaf stuff. Yeah. And then on the other side of here, on that wall, look at that. There's all these little birdhouses on the wall. You know? Now you might notice there's birds there, but they're not real ones. They haven't attracted real ones yet, but there are little birds up there. So that's pretty excuse me. Losing my voice. Have another sip of my coffee, which was also reasonably priced. I think it was 65 baht for a cappuccino, hot cappuccino, and it comes to you like, this is how she bought it out for me. So you've got all your sugar, your napkin, your stirrer, and some water there, ice water. So really well set up. Do they do pancakes? Hello, Trip. I don't know, but I will ask especially for you. Wouldn't that be great? Hello, David from Ubuntu, is it? Or Ratchatani? How are you, mate? Now, I'm going to turn the camera around and you can have a look at this waterfall. We'll just go for a quick wander there. Hang on a second. Here we go. There's All Tied Up. How are you, buddy? Look what I found, mate. Look at this amazing cafe. There we go. We'll get out of the glare of the sun so you can see. Look at that. I'm trying to stop the glare. So, yeah, that's a bit bright in the camera. There we go. That's a bit better there. But look at that. So yeah, and there's where I am, just sitting here. And so the noise in the background is the waterfall happening. And yeah, and so yeah, it's actually here in the back of this gas station. I had no idea. So great to know that just across the road there's a nice little place here to sit. There's beautiful aircon. What we will do is we'll go for our usual walk in about 10 minutes or so. So stick in there, the fun's yet to come. We're going to go and have a look where a lot of you guys have seen where all the flood damage and the stuff that I reported on, and we did live streams around all the flooded area. And we'll have a look at what it looks like now that it's all been cleared up. We'll walk over to the bridge and walk along the river, and you'll see that the water level has dropped lower than I've ever seen it here. And there's actually a new island formed out in the middle that was never there before. But we'll go along there, and we'll probably by that time be due for another cup of coffee at the other end of that walk, so we'll see how we go. So anyway, so please, if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I want to put out a big Thank you to everybody out there who's watching and subscribing. Yesterday, not yesterday, it was on Friday, we hit 2,500 subscribers. I'm so happy about that. Super happy, fantastic. And I actually met my 2,500 subscriber. We'll talk about her shortly and what that's all about. But yeah, fantastic. And it's really good. The feedback I get is just amazing. You guys are fantastic. So yes, a little mini oasis. You know, you can't hear the traffic through the waterfall. This looks like it survived the flood quite well. There's no water. It's very high. I'm looking at the drainage on the side here, and it's like that deep. It's easily like 2 feet deep around. So yeah, no water damage here, luckily. But yeah, great little spot. I was going to sit inside when I first walked in. When I checked it out this morning, the first thing that I realised was, they got music playing, and that's the big no-no for live streaming. But yeah, I could have asked them to turn it off while I was here, but I don't like doing that because other customers come in. But out the back here, there's no music, and we're all good. What types of syrup do they have for the pancakes? Mate, I'm sure that if they did have pancakes, they would have every type of syrup imaginable. All right, every type. Down the road here, you can buy these toast with. There must be about 20 different toppings you can have on toast. Another great spot to just sit there for a cup of coffee in the morning and some toast for breakfast. They have raspberry jam, strawberry jam, every jam you can think of. They have a chocolate on there you can put on there, Nutella. No Vegemite though, there's no Vegemite. So, yeah, so a really nice spot. So, like I say, if you're new and you haven't yet said hello in chat, just stick your name in there, say hello, just let us know where you're from, where you're watching from, and we can get, we'll go for a walk in about 10 minutes when I've done my coffee here, which I'm getting through quite well. It is a really, I can't get over the perfect weather. I'll tell you what I was going to mention. So 2,500 subscribers, our 2,500 subscriber was a nice young lady, I won't mention names, who belongs to a company that I went for a bike ride with on Friday, and I'm going to give them a shout out because they are fantastic. You know, if you're coming here as a tourist and you want to hop on a scooter and go and have a look around and see some places that these guys are experts on the area and know the place really well, you've got to go check out. So all you need to do is just Google, I almost forgot their name there, Chiang Mai Scooter Adventures, alright? So if you, Chiang Mai Scooter Adventures, check them out because they're a new company that started up this year, I think, and they're starting to get busy now as the season comes. So what they do is they supply the motorbike, they include your lunches, your coffee stops, everything's included, and you can go out for a whole day on the scooter and they'll take you all around the back streets, and there's different runs they do. You can go on the road type all the way. They'll do a little bit of off-road stuff if you want, or on the level, and all customized to how you want to do it. And yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. And they really are really good. So the idea was I was invited along with another guy to come along on this ride with the 3 of their staff members, including one of them who is a fantastic, his name's Henrik, fantastic photographer. I mean, world-class photographer. This guy's been all over the world. Some of the images he took are fantastic. The idea was to get some photos for the advertising of the business. So I said, yeah, I'll be a model on the bike, why not? We'll come for a ride. So we went out and they covered everything, the cost. We took our own bikes, I rode my own bike, just followed them all around, and then we went and went all the way down south, all around the mountain areas. Hey Dino, welcome. How are you? Welcome. Where are you from? Let us know. Welcome to the show. All the way around the south, we stopped for a coffee. Through all the scenic areas, through all the rice fields. We stayed off the main roads. The photographer, who's the actual business owner, he's the boss, would race up ahead on a corner and then wait for us to ride past and take photos with his beautiful Canon camera with his $4,000 lens on it. Beautiful photo from that. And just took photos of us doing the run. We stopped for lunch. We had nice seafood and chicken by a reservoir for lunch. And then we went on to this beautiful temple. Unfortunately, I'm streaming on the phone. I can't show you any photos, but it was called the Wat, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but the Wat Sri Don Moon temple in Sarapi. I think that's Sarapi, okay? Which is about 40 minutes south here from Chiang Mai. My gosh, the beautiful temple, gold, silver, beautiful. Yeah, I thought I'd seen the most amazing temples until I saw this one. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, definitely check that out. They also went through a wood carving village called Bantawa, I think. That the pronunciation, aren't I? So it's a whole village, or sort of a town we rode through, where they do wood carvings. Everything from statues of elephants and animals to furniture. You know, they had this beautiful 8-seater table for 28,000 baht, which is a bit over $1,000 Australian. All teak, all made in teak, beautiful. There was girls down there putting all the inlaid jewellery on the beautiful peacock they were making, and all these other stuff. So everything is made in that location, in this village. They must export the stuff all around the world. It's fantastic. So another hot tip is the Bantawa, Tawai, wood carving village. It'll be there on Google Maps, you know. And like I always do at the end of these streams, I'll put the links in the description if you're interested. The Sri Don Moon series, yeah, at Sarapi, fantastic. Got to have Canadian maple syrup for pancakes. A bit pricey here in Thailand. Oh, isn't that right? Yeah. Aren't you? Canadians love that maple syrup, don't they? They really do. My friend over there, when I was in Toronto, that was their breakfast without fail every time, was the pancakes. Love it, yeah. Or the honey's nice here. Get the honey. They've got local honey here. It's really good. So yeah. Okay, so that was interesting. That's what I got up to on Friday. I met them at the office at 8 o'clock, and we headed off. There was about 6 of us, you know. And yeah, I didn't get back till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I did about 120 kilometres on the scooter, riding all day. So it was a nice little practice run for when hopefully in the next week or two I'm going to head up to Pai. Never been there before, and do the loop up around Pai for a day or two. All tied up, going to go. Going to cruise around Chiang Mai on this beautiful day. Good on you, mate. You do that. It's a really beautiful day. Enjoy yourself. So yeah, but like I say, you know, if you're riding a motorcycle, a scooter here in Thailand, don't just think about where you're going. Think about what's on the way. And take your time. Take your time, because, you know, some places, like you'll see, when we walk out of here, you'll see how inconspicuous this little place is, where you wouldn't even know it existed. They're not even advertising out in the street that this place is here. Or if they are, their sign's not big enough because I didn't see it. It's the only way you're going to spot these things is if you take a left or a right off the main road and go the back way. You know, I get Google Maps and I put in the option, no toll roads, no highways, no main roads, and I go the back way wherever I can. And that's how you come across these hidden gems. It's hidden gems, isn't it? Yeah. So guys, fantastic. So what we'll do, I'm almost finished my coffee here, is we're going to go for a walk out of here. We'll go up past the hospital. We'll keep an eye out for any pretty nurses that might come along. I went there last night actually, for good reasons, not because I had to go to hospital, but there's a cafe up in the hospital there that does some pizza that I want to try. So I don't know about pancakes, but they have pizza there. Pizza Supreme, Hawaiian, pepperoni, all these different pizzas. But unfortunately the girl in there, she said they sold out, but I think that they were closing soon and she didn't want to go to the trouble. But next time I'll make sure I'm going to have pizza for lunch and I'll go check it out. So yeah, fantastic. We'll go up past the hospital towards the bridge, then we'll chuck a left and we'll walk along the river where it was all damaged by floods, and you'll see, if you watched before, how they've repaired it all and redone that pathway. Now, just remember, next weekend is the Lantern Festival here in Thailand. It is, other than Songkran, which is the water festival, I think the Lantern Festival is probably the second biggest event to hit in Chiang Mai here. And from what I hear, there's going to be thousands of people everywhere in the streets, putting these lanterns going up into the sky, fireworks. It's great. I will probably not only do a video of it to cover the whole thing, we might even be able to squeeze in a live stream there too, but that's going to be at night. Hey Jim, how are you, mate? How are you there in Chicago? I think the weather's a lot better here and at least warmer. It's about 28 degrees, 27 degrees here in the sun, probably a little bit cooler in the shade. So good day to you. So if I do that live stream next weekend, I don't know how that will affect you Americans if you're watching, because it'll be around about the opposite time of the day as what it is now, because this Lantern Festival's on at night time here. We'll see how it goes. So I want to also do a live stream of the walking street here in Chiang Mai as well. Might be able to do that one day during this week coming. We'll see. Alright, so let me finish my coffee here, guys. We'll go for a wander and have a sip of this water as well. Oh yeah, that's good. A microphone on my neck here, you'll probably hear it gushing down my throat. Mostly Invisible saying, sounds good. Is it a bit like Diwali in India? Oh yes. That name sounds familiar. Whereabouts is that in India? I spent 5 months travelling all the way around India, backpacking, my backpacking days, and that's a food, isn't it? I know the name, sorry. Ross Harper, how are you, buddy? Howdy from beautiful Udon Thani. That's a second person who's from Udon. We've got someone else in the live stream from there as well. Man, that's a popular place, isn't it? I don't remember if I've been to Udon Thani or not. I don't know. I'm just trying to picture a map whereabouts that is. Oh, I see. We turn the clocks back in the US Sunday morning, 2 a.m. my time. Oh, okay. Is that this weekend, is it? Right, that always confuses me. Okay. How'd you end up putting that in twice? That was a good trick. Alright. Now, I've got a little list of things I was talking about here I just threw together. We've talked about the Chiang Mai scooter adventures. Alright. I will, after the stream, put a link to their website as well. Okay. Along with the wood carving village I went to and that beautiful temple. I've got one more thing in here I want to talk about is the homes here in Thailand. I've got a few questions that maybe you experts out there could answer. So let me get my gear here ready. What we're going to do is we'll walk through the shop here. There's a bit of Thai music playing, so we'll go through there pretty quickly and come out, and you'll see how inconspicuous looking this place is. All right. Get your bag ready. All right, let's go for a wander. We'll say thank you to the girls in there for the amazing, great coffee. If I had a hand for you, I'd take the empty coffee cup back in with me, but we'll see. All right, guys, so I'll turn the camera around. There we go. All right. Okay, let's go for a wander. Thank you, Cup. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I come back many times now. I just live over here, so yeah, fantastic. Really nice. Look at this place. Isn't it beautiful? Look at all the food in here. Yeah? Look at that. Alright. So let's go out and I'll show you where we are. Look at this. So two beautiful girls in there looking after the place. So there it is. Fuel Coffee. Right? There's the mechanics over there. Alright. Here's the gas station here. There's Tops Daily, which is like another 7-Eleven. Right? So you wouldn't know that was there, would you? You know, you'd have a hard time finding that place. I'm going to walk over this way. I'll tell you something too if you're here. If you go to Tops Daily, right, you can swipe your card in there and pay. But 7-Eleven, they don't do that. Cash only in 7-Eleven. So if sometimes I haven't got any cash, I'll go into into Tops and I'll pay. So we've got an ambulance on its way. So here we are back on, this is the Chiang Mai Lampang Road. That big building there is my place. I live in one of those. Next door is the Centara. And like I say, look, Tops Daily advertising out there. Oh, here we go. There is a sign here. It's just that it's all in Thai. So there it is. That's the Fuel Coffee place. Okay. So, all right. Look at this Sunday, and it's quite busy. We're going to get across this road now without getting run over. Okay. And then we're going up the direction we're looking for a walk. Look at the size of this bus coming in. Big, this is the bus Chiang Mai here. Here we go. All right, I'm going across. Here we go, run. All right. The bus is turning around. My guess is going into the hotel. The only time we get buses like that size is when they go into the hotel. Here it comes. Look at this. He's not going to make it. Oh, watch out, the bike behind him. Yeah, he's okay. He's got to reverse back. There he goes. I think he'll turn left into this driveway here. Yeah, he will. See, I'm becoming a local now. I sort of know what's going on, don't I? There's a cool bike. Classic cruiser. So yeah. I saw quite a few buses. There's another one. A few buses came in here yesterday dropping There we go, we're back. Sorry, we dropped out there for a second. It's okay. We should be fine now. Yeah, so we're going to take a shortcut through here. Yeah, but there was like a row, 3 buses showed up here at the same time yesterday afternoon. These might be the same buses. This is 2 of them here. Probably going to take the people that dropped off here yesterday. Chinese, biggest, second biggest, the biggest number of tourists here in Chiang Mai and Thailand is from China. So. So we'll do shortcutting through here and we'll go over to the hospital over this way, and looks like these might be some of the tour guides I'm seeing standing around here. I've done a live stream from the foyer in the hotel there where I paid a fortune for my coffee. Yeah, a bit over my price range, but you know. Okay, there's some in-car summer festival. I thought, oh, they're going to have like a car show on or something, but no, it turns out it's an insurance company. Nothing exciting. Over here we're looking at the Rajneev private hospital here, and up there, I'll show you as we get a little bit closer. So if you watched my video live stream, all this was underwater. All this was all underwater, except the hospital's okay. Just up there, there's the Balinese cafe in the hospital. Really nice spot up there. They do some. That's where I get the pizza, but also coffees, croissants, cakes. Yeah, really nice. So what we'll do is walk up, keep your eye out for any nurses, but fortunately it's not lunchtime, so they're not really out at the moment. It's a bit early for them. And so we're coming up to the bridge where all the sandbags were blocked across and where the bridge almost went underwater by inches. Another 3 inches and that river would have been over the top of the bridge. But you'll see how much this has changed. I just want somebody to just stick a word in chat, will you? Because this happened last time. I noticed that everything went silent for a while and I couldn't see anything in chat. There we go, hobby time. Hobby time's good. It's alright. Just when the internet dropped out back there for a second, I was worried, but it's all good. So here we are. If you'll remember, look how low this river is now. Here's where all the sandbags were all stacked around here, and they ripped this all up completely. I'm trying to show this without too much glare, but look at that. So they've gone along and redone the whole surface of this. I reckon within another month I'll probably be working on the garden again and bringing that back. Look at how low that river is under the bridge now. Alright, where you can see where it got up to within inches of going across the road. Amazing. And of course, with all the sandbagging, that saved the hospital from flooding. If they hadn't have done that sandbagging, just looking at that distance down there. So further down the river, that's towards the north, on the other side of the bridge, there's a walking pathway similar to this that goes down that way, but it had overgrown heaps. And I'm just looking down there now. Could quite possibly, looks like they've cleared down that side as well. Hopefully it has, because it's a nice walk down there. So we'll go this way though. We'll go this way. So look at that. So even now, like, you know, it's not even running as fast as it used to. You know, it's lower than it's ever been. And if you look down there in the distance, there's an island that was never there before. That's just built up from all the rubbish that got pulled down the river for miles. We go down here is, yeah, so this was all dug up. You couldn't walk down here at all. It was an absolute mess. But they're fixing up. And what I do is I come out here about 4:30 in the morning, believe it or not, yeah, and I go for my walk. I walk down here, and where these seats are, these seats here, they've been moved. They're usually over under the tree up there. But a lot of young kids come down here on their bikes, especially on a Friday, Saturday night. They all sit down here drinking with their friends and stuff. It's a bit of a hangout spot. There was a few this morning. Oh no, it wasn't this morning. Yesterday morning there was a couple of groups. They never bother me, you know, although once when I walked past a group of them, I knew they were saying something not nice to me in Thai. They were saying something. I just ignored them and kept walking. But then they got a little bit concerned because I go over to the 7-Eleven near the hospital there. And when I come back, they saw me coming back and they go, oh, you know, and then, as I came back and walked past them again, they shut up and didn't say anything. So I think I do it like at least three, 4 mornings a week. And I see these young people there all the time. They're probably, they recognise me now, so, you know. But you don't feel any risk at all, that's for sure. No risk. It's a safe place here. It really is super safe. Excuse me. There used to be a little jetty or a pier up there. That got washed away. You know, completely washed away. This is the back of my place here, okay? So this is all going to get cleaned up. There's still remains of sandbags along there. The gardeners are working. You'll see there's a gardener up here. He's like a council guy. He'll walk along here. They keep this place looking nice. So, but that wall, if you remember, they come along with a backhoe and they created a wall all the way along here. If they had not done that, water would have gone down because that car park of the almost said hotel. My condo car park is actually lower, so it would have definitely gone, and the water would have gone straight through there, but it didn't happen. So luckily they built that wall. But it's a good, it's a nice quiet spot, you know, so close to everything here. There you go. Those little piles collected all the way along here. So you're going to picking up all the leaves is an endless job, that is. You'll be back tomorrow, it'll be like you never even started. Not for me. Not for me. A bit repetitive. Yeah. Nice little seats. The chairs, well, those iron seats. Nice spot, cleaned up well. Yeah, it has. It's come up a little well. There's no sign, hardly any signs of the flood. A lot of water went through here. Well, some water got in through some of this area here, because again, that's lower in there. And that's all abandoned buildings in there. There's no businesses behind this. Yeah, this is just all empty warehouses that haven't been opened for years. In fact, it's well before COVID that anything was in there. I checked on Google Maps, you know, you can go back through history and see what places looked like earlier. There's one of my spots there. I like sitting in there. That's my chair. Yeah. Sometimes every now and then it moves and people move it. We've got some fishing here. Catching. Try to catch fish. Yeah, don't look like they've got anything. I saw a guy down here the other morning. He had a fishing net. He was standing here at the top where I am, and he was looking down there. And just as I was standing there saying hello to him, he throws this net out and runs down straight into the water, and he starts feeling around in the net. And then sure enough, he's got this like a 2-foot long fish, eh? Fantastic.
Quickly got some photos of it, and he was happy. Yeah. Where's the rickety bridge? That's the opposite direction. That's where that other pathway leads down towards. Yeah, the scary bridge, the iron bridge. Well, it's a iron foot bridge that creaks and groans, and you hear it as you put your weight on it as you go across. Yeah, that's down the other way. Yeah. So you can't, like I say, I'm hoping they've cleared it all down there as well. So, because I walked down there a couple of times, I've seen some pretty big snakes. Twice I saw some large snakes, pythons. One was about 6 or 7 foot long, and it had black rings around it too, which meant when I looked it up, it was a Burmese viper. Not the sort of thing you want to step on. So from that day on, I stopped walking down there, because it's too overgrown, and there's too much chance that you're gonna, especially in the dark, there's no light down there. There's no light down there, you can't see shit. So, you know, walking along in sandals, step on a snake. Coming this way, actually, coming along here, it was about where I am now, actually, where I saw a python here as well. And I just happened to glance down in the dark and saw something look like a piece of wood, and then it moved, and I stopped, and I realized 2 more steps and I'd have definitely stepped on the thing. I mean, that's the last thing you want to do. I mean, as far as I know, pythons are not venomous, but that's still, you know, their first reaction if you step on one is, what's it going to do? It's going to swing around and bite you, isn't it? So this poor guy here in this house, he had water inundated. Look how, you see how much lower it is to the river? Like the level came up, went right through his place. He got, yeah, he was underwater in there. Underwater, but a lot of the locals helped them out heaps. They set up an emergency tent up here where they were giving out free food and water for people. You know, there's a big, I think this is a hotel here, but it's closed. I'm not too sure, but it's really nice. You'll see it better from up here. All I ever see in there are gardeners walking along. Yeah, the river's flow is definitely slowed. It's not flowing as fast. Puppy dogs. Like a chihuahua, that one. Yeah, so this is the place here. You know, it's never been open since I've been here. I'm not sure what it is. You know, I mean, it could be someone's private house for all I know. There's always these guys here that are just like caretaking, and it probably is a house. Look at the beautiful land. You know, nice. And then here, so yeah, this is definitely, the water is flowing a lot slower than it used to. Yeah, look, they're doing a lot of clean up here. A few sandbags left over.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good view.
Yeah.
Good winner.
But water low. Yeah?
Good view.
Yeah. It's nice. Oh, what'd they do? Sandbag. Oh, water. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they must be, they're blocking, they're stopping the water flow going in here. It looks like there's yeah, see that? It looks like they want to stop the water. Another word. Hello, Cap. Yeah, but this here, yeah, normally this is like a rapids here. It's amazing how the river's changed. There's a view looking back. Look at that beautiful sky, eh? Beautiful. Over there in the background you can see where the clouds are up on the mountain of Doi Satep that overlooks the city. There's a beautiful temple up there too. I just haven't braved the stairs to get to it. We'll walk up here. We can't go any further along here because it's private property backing onto the lake, but there's quite a lot of rubbish that needs to be cleaned. It's all been washed up along here since the flood. So, and we'll go back down this way, take us down to the street. A few local people live around here. And, look at that, it's like a beehive up there, eh? And there's a bee. Bee and fish. There's someone's house, like these are people's houses here. And I think they were okay with the water. Look at this place. There's a young guy who has like a recording studio in there. If I remember right, he's got his computer set up in there. Probably does some gaming. He's got music, like a recording studio for music in there as well. Yeah. Down here on the corner there's a, I think it's a hairdresser on the right. We'll see. Hello there. Trying to read, put my glasses on would help, wouldn't it? I just need them for close stuff, you know. Randy, g'day. What area do I live? I live down in Nong Hoi. So Chiang Mai, Chiang Mai Lampang Road, just near the bridge, near the Rajneet Hospital. So I'm south of Chiang Mai, about 15 minutes southeast. Yeah. So it's Sunday, they're closed. But anyway, there's a bread place. We'll go and have a look at the bread. I'm going to try not to buy one. Okay. I'll try not to buy some bread, but down here is... Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh, there we go. You got to watch where you step. Look at the holes. I just stepped in one of those. Hey, God, that could have done an ankle easily. Me not paying attention. I was just wondering. I was just looking over there. Strange place for a tailor. So here we go. Look at this, Dominique bread. Look at those croissants. Oh, look at the muffins. Look at that. Oh, freshly baked. Look at those croissants, guys. Hey? Aren't they amazing? Oh, and it smells so good. Yes, mate. Yeah, we were affected by the floods pretty badly. Not so much me. Chocolate butter croissants. Hello. Just looking. Okay. Up. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. You can sit here and eat too. It's nice. You want to have a look in there? Can I see? You'll make bread. Ooh. Can I video? Can I see? Yeah? No? Okay. Cup. Thank you. Yeah. They're being a bit hygienic in there, so, you know, me poking around. So yes. All this here where I'm walking was underwater. Yeah. Underwater for days. And we almost lost power, but we lost the water. It was pretty bad here. But like, it doesn't look like it's all cleared up now. It's just you know, some of the sandbags remaining and stuff. Some of the cars left here that have been abandoned. You know. But yeah, even more of the back streets now being cleaned up by the garbage trucks lot of that got left out for a while. They were starting to smell because there's food and all sorts of waste. This bacon bike is very popular here. I've never been in there, but it's supposed to be very popular. They were okay. They had all sandbags, and plus look at the steps up too. So they're quite high up. They were okay. What's this? I'm looking. Jack saying, see, tourist taxes minimal against Oz tax. Oh, you're not wrong. Look at that. There's a nice bike. Hey, he's set up to go everywhere. Bacon bite. Yeah, I will definitely. Let's go have a quick look at the price if we can. Wednesday they're closed. They're open Monday to Saturday and Sunday. Kitchen closes at 2:30. Due to high ingredient costs. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. They've got a sign there, FYI. Due to higher ingredients costs, we need to adjust the price of some products. And bookings for Thanksgiving special is now open. And they've got beef lasagna for 100 baht. Pork lasagna, veggie lasagna. So talking $5. Chicken stew. Oh, these are takeaway. Beef pie for 60. Oh, look at that. Chicken pie for 55. Mushroom soup. Okay. I'll be back. I'll be back. Mostly visible. Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming in. Cheers, mate. Yes. Yeah, Oz tax. They hide it well. Oh, I had no idea it was $70. I mean, how much did that go up without anybody knowing? You know, I mean, what, you said it was like $10 or something and now it's 70? Like, was that just like an overnight thing? Because that's, I mean, nothing surprises me anymore, really. Nothing surprises me. The way people are getting ripped off in Western countries, it doesn't surprise me. You know, but just 70 seems a lot. Yeah, but when you think about it, right? All right, they put a $70 tax on your air ticket, which is a government tax because you're leaving Australia, whether it be for a holiday, for a week or two, or permanently, or whatever. You're hopping on a plane or a ship and you're leaving. You pay that tax. $70 is a bit steep, especially if you're going for like, just a week or two somewhere, or 3. And if you're going longer, then you could budget that in. I mean, surely if you're going longer, you should be able to pay less. You know? But, yeah, no, they're not going to think about that, are they? It's like, screw you all. You're all paying the same high amount, that's it. You know? The amount of people who would decide, oh, well, geez, I'm not going overseas and take a holiday anymore if I've got to pay $70 tax. Nobody's going to say that. They just have to lump it and deal, and just deal with it. You know? Where's that go? Where does that go? You check this out? Let's go. Why not? Yeah, I mean, just paying for stuff like that and that's just ridiculous. You know? God. Let me check. Yes, no, went $20 for a couple of years. And then jumped. Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah. Because what happened, eh? They locked us they locked us in the country. We were in prison. We couldn't leave Australia. Eh? How long did that go on for? Almost a friggin' year. I can't believe that. That's just unbelievable that happened. You know? So obviously, well, look at all the $20 that they missed out on when nobody could leave the country. So we'll bump it up and make up for our losses. Freaking hell, it's a government, it's not a company or a business, which you would expect that from. So, okay, so we're back on the busy road that's not so busy, Wellington Road. This place, I didn't know this existed, but I want to go here for my next haircut. Look at that. 100 baht. See? And it looks like 5 free 1 means that every time you get 5 haircuts, you get a free one. Yeah? So that looks... Definitely go there for a haircut next time. It'll be a while because my hair's short. Here's durian, the infamous durian that people either love or hate. And I like it. I don't know what they're talking about, the problem is. Oh, over there is where I got my bike washed last week. Thursday I went in there to get my bike washed. Fantastic, they did a great job. Cost me, I think it was about 70 baht. Yeah. So, just over about $3 for my bike wash. Beautiful, they did a great job. Little room at the back, you can sit there with the fans going. This is taking us back up past the market. It is Sunday, so there's not much going on here at the moment. It's fairly quiet. In fact, it's a bit quieter than normal. COVID tax, yeah. Yeah, pretty much everything went up, didn't it, after COVID? Everybody's gone, oh, you know, because of the business they lost, they just thought we'd make up for it by putting the prices up. You know, another nice coffee shop, cafe there. It's alright. Gold shop. Buy and sell your gold in there. There's 2 of them. What else we got? Anything you would have done differently before or after you arrived? Okay, Randy. Differently? No, not really. No. Everything just fell into place for me that I remember. Yeah. I think I'm just lucky like that. You know, I'm just lucky like that. All the countries and the places I've been in the world, I usually just go there with not much planned other than usually my first night's hotel where I'm arriving. That's it. You know, I might have an idea of where I want to go, like in Morocco, for example. I want to go to, you know, Marrakesh and a few places, but you know, but how I'm going to get there and how long it'll take and all that, I just go with the flow. And things just work out for me, you know. So I wouldn't change anything. My advice on that sort of question is don't plan too much. Don't get too tight on a schedule and plan to do too much. All right. Otherwise, there's more chance of things going wrong. You know. So I knew, my research was, yes, all right, I knew the flight details and getting to Chiang Mai, the luggage and that. I knew where I was going to stay. My first hotel was for 10 days. In those 10 days, I planned to find a permanent condo to rent for 12 months. That was the biggest thing that I was concerned about was, you know, how can I do that? Can I stay and, you know, is that possible? To find the perfect place that quickly, but I did. I went through perfect homes and told them what I was looking for, and they went through their list, and it was done. I was all good. So I found the place. I was just thinking that Mum and Sis is a nice little coffee shop over there too. Although I don't really think I need another coffee, so we'll just keep walking. So no, it all went into place. The visa, I budgeted and planned to use a visa agent in the beginning, because having so much going on in the first 10 days of arriving here, the last thing I wanted to work out was the visa. I mean, could you imagine? You sign the contract and a lease on 12 months on a condo, you give your deposit and your first month's rent, only to discover that because you stuffed up trying to do it yourself, your visa, your retirement visa was refused. You know? Well, you're not going to get your money back on the contract you just signed, and you know, and I had a one-way ticket here. I didn't have a return ticket. This was a one-way trip. So I wanted that retirement visa application process to go as smoothly as possible. And that's why I said, right, I'm going to pay an agent to do it. Now, come next year, when I have to renew it, I'm not going to go through an agent. I've had all year to learn and teach myself and know what I got to do. So instead of it costing me, and we're talking, I won't say how much it did cost, but we're talking close to 20,000 Thai baht in the fees for the whole process of getting retirement visa through an agent. But I didn't have to think about anything. It was all done for me. I know that next year when I renew it, it's only going to cost me 1,900 baht, because that's how much the extension costs. Now, when I say visa, a lot of people correct me on that. I only say visa because everyone knows of it as being a visa. It's an extension of stay is what it's called, and the purpose of it is for retirement. There are a lot of different reasons for your extension of stays, whether it be education or any other reason, but retirement is the reason for your extension of stay. It's not actually a visa. And you renew it every year, and your renewal on your extension of stay is 1,900 baht. So, which is the same price it costs to renew your visa exemption when you come into the country on 60 days. You can extend that for another month for 1,900 baht. Anything that's extended, any visa, extension of stay, whatever type it is, they all cost 1,900 baht. Okay, that's it. So yeah, some people will still use an agent the next year too. Some people use the agent to do their 90-day reporting for them. 90-day reporting costs nothing. It takes me 10 minutes to ride to immigration. It takes me 5 minutes to go through the drive-through to do the reporting. Another 10 minutes, I'm home. Done. Do that once every 3 months. No big deal. You know, photocopy the same piece of paper each time and do it. As long as you're still living in the same place. Done. An agent will charge you to do that for you, but it's not an inconvenience for me. It's not a problem at all. How else we got? Let me just catch up on the chat. So yeah, no, I wouldn't change anything. No different. There was something I was trying to think of. No. Maybe bought some more sunscreen. Maybe would have bought more sunscreen from Australia, because it's really expensive here and it's really hard to find. Anyway, one of the guys from the condo going for a ride. So yeah, where's everyone still sleeping? Everyone's still sleeping? Where's everyone still sleeping? Probably. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's Sunday morning. They're all hungover. Yeah, it's fairly quiet. I heard they love to sleep there, and sleep in there. Yeah, well, most shops don't open till 10 o'clock. Hello. Most of the, what do you reckon, guys? Should I get my banana and honey roti for breakfast? Decisions. No. Keep walking. Yeah, most of, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, sunscreen, yeah. Because it's expensive here and it's all 30 plus. I like the real low protection one because I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get a Thai tan happening here. I want to get brown. So, yeah, I bought refoil. I bought a bottle of refoil over. Actually, last year when I came over here, I bought 2 bottles of refoil. It's not cheap stuff in Australia either, and it just doesn't exist over here. But here we're back at the service gas station here where the coffee shop is. Where am I? I'm going to sit down somewhere. So yeah, but I run out, and it's expensive, so I don't use anything now because I've got I'm one of those skin types that once you're once I burn, I just continues after that. As long as I stay and keep getting sun, I just get redder and redder. So but yeah, shops don't open till late every day, but they stay open at night, so they still do long hours. Yes, Jet. Hello, Jet Scale Models. How are you, buddy? Yeah, your reason is to burn around, right? That's it. That's it. For the extension, that is. Yeah. Yeah. It's no big deal. I mean, all there is, and even when you go to the immigration office, they have. Turn the camera around. See my ugliness for a bit. Even when you go over there, go to the office, immigration, they have volunteers there that help you out with all the paperwork and make sure everything's filled out properly. So I think there's just one piece of paper that you need to fill out. The other is you need to go to your bank here in Thailand and get a statement for the whole statement. You need to do that a day or two before. And then a letter from the bank. I don't know, they know what that letter's all about, but you need to get the letter as well. And I also just found out the other day when I was asking somebody about it, you can go and put for this so when your 12-month extension is ready to be renewed, you can go up to a month early to do that. So in case there was any reason, there might be a delay or anything like that, I'd go 3 weeks before. And not a big deal, just make sure you've got all your paperwork. Check when you go there, the volunteers will go make sure that bank stuff's accurate and everything's right. Hand it across and get your stamp in your passport there for another 12 months. So, not expecting any problem at all. The problem you might have, alright, if you don't have the 800,000 Thai baht in a bank account here, okay? That's when it's going to cost you more. You have to have that 800,000 in the bank account. If you don't, there are ways to still get around it, like through an agent. But that agent will charge you, and I've had some prices I've been quoted. As far as I'm aware, the agent I went through, which is this Thai visa, they won't touch you. They won't do anything illegal like that. They won't. You need to have that money. They're not going to cover your ass with the money in the bank for you. So you would have to go somewhere else. As far as I can tell, I don't know of any other agents in Chiang Mai that do it. There are in Bangkok and there's plenty in Pattaya. And I was quoted by a reputation visa agent in Pattaya that they pretty much, I don't know whether they put the money in your account for you while it's being processed by immigration and they take it back out, or whether they pass money under the table to the officer, who knows. But I was quoted about 12,000 baht if you didn't have the money to be able to renew your visa. But again, you're taking a risk, because if for some reason immigration were to check up on you and say, right, 3 months afterwards, say, all right,
just do a bank statement. I want to see your bank balance, and it's under that amount. You know, you got problems. So it's all right for them to cover you for that time during the application, but for the rest of the whole year you're there, you wouldn't want the immigration to come along and do a check on you. And it's likely that could happen if you're in and out of the country, if you're on a multiple entry. You know, because you're dealing with it more often then. You could get pulled aside, you know. Very unlikely, but I'm not going to take that risk. So, g'day Craig West, how are you, buddy? Whereabouts are you? Cheers, mate. What else we got? Use coconut oil. Yeah, well, that's what it says on my reef oil bottle. It's called coconut oil. I could just use cooking oil, right? What's the difference? Like, you know, won't smell the best, but oil is oil. No, I don't use anything, mate. I just get browner and browner now, up by the pool. Obviously you can't stay in the sun for too long, but after about an hour and a half and a couple of dips in the pool to cool off, I'm pretty right. Yeah, Gary West, welcome, mate. So you end up a rock lobster. Yeah, no, a brown lobster. I go brown now. I do it first, my first time in the sun after a while, but I've been here 7, 8 months, all right, get this correct, since 2 days before Valentine's Day. So about the 12th of February I came into Thailand, all right. So we're talking 10 months ago, and every day for 10 months I'm out and pretty much at the pool nearly every day too. So I'm just going to get browner and browner and browner. I think it's half of that for the marriage visa, maybe. Yeah, that's a different setup. That's right. It's also a different setup if you apply from outside the country as well. But there's a few more bits of paperwork that are required if you're going to do it that way as also. Yeah, it's not worth the risk. Yeah, the signal is breaking up, is it? It's okay. We'll go for a bit walk. Maybe I'm going to go somewhere cool. I was thinking might go into the hotel next door. We'll see. I've got some water here. Yeah, I don't have to buy anything. I've got some water. Let's go in the hotel next door. Chill out, all right? Because I want to ask some questions from you guys who might have some experience. Let me turn the camera back on. There we go. This is where the signal dropped out last time for a second. But don't worry, I'll be back. I'm walking past these. Have you talked to the chocolate man or watched his channel? He seems to know things. The chocolate man. I know the name. I just can't think what. I haven't watched that for a while. No, I haven't. Outside country must have health insurance. Yeah, you need health insurance, and you can only choose from the government approved ones, which just happen to be quite expensive ones. All right, and you've got to pay for them for a whole 12 months. You need 12 months cover. All right, you apply over here, you don't have to do that at all. Or if you do want to get health insurance, you can choose whatever you want. That's completely separate to the application. It's no requirement. And the other one is a criminal check. They'll do a police check on you. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've got any offences or anything, but that could be a factor in your application as well. And I spoke to a fellow that I'll tell you a little quick story of what happened to this guy. It's quite unfortunate, really. He was involved in a mishap that involved him being arrested. He got arrested, all right? I won't say what it was for, but it turns out that he was let off afterwards, all right? The issue went to court. They found out it was a case of mistaken identity, and he was no longer, and he was taken off that, all right? But that case for that court took 12 months, right? During the time from when he was arrested
And he knew, as well as the lawyer he had from Legal Aid, that he was innocent, all right? Because they actually found the person that was the guilty suspect, but they couldn't do anything until the actual case came around. And by the time the case came around, nearly 12 months later, he actually had a criminal record because he was charged for the offence. And even when he was, and during that whole 12 months, he couldn't leave the country, he couldn't travel, do anything like that. Definitely not apply for a retirement visa over here, so that could put a big delay on your plans. But the worst part about all that, and I'm not sure if this is 100% fact or not, after the case went through and it was obviously he was, you know, proven that it wasn't his fault and everything was fine, we're going to go in here. Looks like they're a bit busy, but we're going to walk through. I'll continue the story when I find somewhere to sit down, okay? We'll go through. It's up. Oh, flying. Looks like they're flying. Some air hostesses have been here for the night. And what can I say? I'm lost for words. I've completely forgot what I was talking about. Yeah. Where are we going? We're going to go... I'm going to end up getting something to eat here. No, I'm not. We're just going to sit down here. Alright? So, where was I before that disruption? Yeah, so even though we went to court and he was, you know, not a problem, that record, those charges still stayed on file, which means any employer that he was getting a job for, attempting to get a job for, that you needed a police check on, it showed up on there. And it doesn't actually say, it just says you were charged with, but it doesn't actually say that the charges were dismissed. No, it only shows the original charge. So you can't get a job, you can't do anything, and I think that stays there for about 5 years. So, yeah, lots of troubles. Okay, all right, let me just turn the camera around again. There we go. Probably don't want to see me, but we'll stay. I just want to cool off for a second. So yeah, you do need health insurance. Wadi, chocolate farang. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, chocolate farang, Wadi, okay. There's choc in Pattaya. Okay, yeah. There's another guy called, do you guys watch him? Aussie, what's he called? Aussie in Thailand or something. Apparently he's got a live stream coming up today, which might be interesting. It's all about his troubles he's been having here in Thailand. Oh, hey, you're welcome, Randy. No problems. April, you're heading over? Good. It's called Assist Thai Visa. Okay. Their link is in the description of all my videos. It's permanently down there. Maybe not. Maybe even this one. I'm not sure. But yeah, Assist Thai Visa. And what you can do is you can get them on Facebook and on Messenger, and message them and any questions. Wherever you are in the world, if you want to know what they can do for you and everything, just send them a message. They'll respond to you pretty much straight away. They're really good. Okay. Now, but yeah, Aussie in Thailand. Occasionally I watch his videos. He's sort of got a lot of problems. He bought a bar or something, and then he broke up with his girlfriend, and now somebody's suing somebody else, and there's a court case coming up, and you know, all these things could happen. Don't know whether he's going to get deported or go to jail or what. Yeah, Aussie and Thai, and that's it. Channel supposedly won both cases. Is that correct? Okay. good luck. I mean, that's great if that's the case. We'll find out when he does his stream about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Might want to catch on and see. But yeah, you know, I mean, you only know what they tell you and how much is fact and how much is fiction. Yeah, but, I don't know. Look, to tell you the truth, if all that was going on in my life, all that was drama was happening in my life, personally, I wouldn't be live streaming about it. It's my business, and it's only going to cause more drama, really, I think. So I personally wouldn't be doing that. I mean, do your YouTube channel like he does, places to visit and Pattaya and all the stuff that he's doing, and do that, that's fine. But, you know, to do live streaming and be talking about stuff like that, yeah, it's, you know, maybe you're getting a lot of views and a lot of people on the live stream watching and curious, but they're all not all there for this for a good reason, are they? They're not watching your channel regularly and watching your videos and enjoying your content. That's what it's about, you know. And Chocolate Man is based in Pattaya. Yeah, there's a lot in Pattaya. There's about half a dozen well-known ones up here too in Chiang Mai. We've got Walkabout Wayne doing a lot of videos up here. Done a bit of a ghost story in his last one I watched about some haunted house up here. That was interesting. Another really good, hey, here, fishy, hello mate, welcome mate, good to see you, welcome back. Yeah, it's a really nice, yeah, good channel. Go see Walkabout Wayne. You know, a lot of respect for him. He's been doing it a long time, and he's got a good following and always interesting. Oh, he went out to the skywalk at the temple down south from here. I actually did a video on it the day or two after it opened in August. I think it was in August, down in Lampung, I think it was, yeah, where the big monk's golden statue is. So yeah, check it out. We're all a bit afraid of heights. Yeah. And also John Canton, who used to be John Chiang Mai, who's now on his way down south to Krabi, doing a bit of a road trip. Kanchanaburi was where he went to. He went to Hua Hin down there, so he's making his way down there and doing some good videos. And there was a place he stopped at on the way down there that was really nice, this beautiful beach, completely deserted, no one was there. It's fantastic, really worthwhile. Getting a data warning, you've used 2 gigabytes. I don't know what that's about, it's okay. I'm actually surprised because when I was here last time, the girl put in the Wi-Fi password. I thought it would automatically connect. Obviously it hasn't. So, yeah, so I'm going to have a sip of water. I think I remember brought with me. But yeah, he's great. Doing some good videos too. Me and him have met a couple of times. I'm getting some good tips on him on where to go when I do my motorbike ride up to Pai and places like that. I'm looking forward to going out there now that that's a very popular spot for people at this time of the year to go to. I think John also had problems in the flooding too. His house was badly damaged. The car was almost ridden off, I don't know. Yeah. Unfortunately, his insurance didn't cover the hiring of another car for nearly 3 months while they are repairing his other car. So yeah. Yeah, there's a few up here. It's quite good. So what I wanted to ask about was houses up here. I noticed there's some really nice homes around Chiang Mai. You know, within about a 20-minute drive outside of the city in the sort of rural areas, but not too rural. You know, you can be 10 minutes to get all your shopping and everything else. But really beautiful homes and properties. And I'm thinking to myself,
do I really, if I want to buy one of these houses, do I have to buy a wife as well? Is that the deal? To own a home in Thailand as a foreigner, do I have to be married? Because, you know, I'd love to buy one of these houses. Just, you know, just to have that, a yard, you know, and that extra space, and in a rural area that's nice and quiet would be fantastic, you know. Do you live in the studio apartment? Yeah, that's right. Do you like living in the studio apartment? Is it big enough for me? It is, yeah, it's big enough just for me, for sure, but only just for me. You know, I mean, I'm not out looking for a partner at all, girlfriend in any hurry, but if that was to happen, okay, then I couldn't stay where I am with another person. It's just not big enough for two, you know. I mean, I live in one room. It's a studio apartment. It's a big size. It's 48 square meters. It's good size, but it's only for one person, you know. You need your space, you know. Yeah. Well, we got some stuff coming in here. But it's big enough for me, for sure. So it has been said that you can lease land for 30 years, but you can't own it. Yeah, okay. You're not a Thai lawyer, for sure. Don't stay single, you bogan. Yeah. Look, you know, I'm not in a hurry to not be single, you know. I've been married twice. I am never going to do that again. I've learnt my lesson. It doesn't take 3 times for me to learn my lesson. Twice. That's it. So not in a hurry, but yeah, just a house would be nice. A house would be fantastic. I don't know. Someone was saying there's a way of, if you register yourself as a company, right, and you're a certain amount of shareholder in that company, then you can buy property in that company name, and it's actually yours. And after a year, yeah, I don't know. I think there are ways. There are ways. What do we got here? Maybe wait for the upcoming 99-year lease option that is supposed to be announced soon. That's true, yes. That's right. And also there's a higher percentage of foreign owners in condos, apartment buildings. They're increasing the limit. So instead of it being 51% being Thai owned, less have to be Thai owned. More foreign ownership, which will be a big thing because that'll open up a lot more apartments being available to foreigners to invest and live here and buy them, you know. So, but that, yeah, I'm going to check up on that as that announcement. They talked about that a while ago. If you don't learn, life repeats the lesson. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I've learned. Do I get lonely living on my own? I don't have time to be. No, and plus I've been living on my own for many, many years now. I lived in Sydney on my own for, God, that time went quick in Sydney. All through COVID. At the very beginning of COVID, I moved into Sydney. Mainly it was to babysit my father's apartment there that was rented out. And then I just got stuck there because then not only did they close the borders to Australia, they closed the state borders as well. I was living in Queensland. I couldn't go back to Queensland even if I wanted to because they locked everyone out. So I ended up staying in Sydney, and then eventually I got a job in Sydney and I stayed there. So on my own, all right. I like the freedom on my own. I do. I like to be able to wake up when I want, go to sleep when I want, watch what I want on TV. Yeah, I mean, I can pay just $5 and have 3 cleaning ladies come through and mop my floor of my entire condo. I don't need a partner to do that. You know, having someone to cook would be all right, I suppose. You know? No, I'm not. I enjoy, and I'm not really on my own. Look, I've got you guys. You know, I've got the community online, and it's a big one. Like you people, you know, I have contact with you guys. I've met a few of you guys, subscribers and so forth. I go out making videos, and you meet people here all the time. You really do. Not a day goes by where I don't meet somebody and have more than just a hello or good, how are you, or nice day conversation. It's, you know, I mean, just yesterday I walked out, I'm standing outside waiting because the storm was coming over, and I met the new guy that works in the building here with the girls down on the reception desk. Hadn't seen him before, and we're out the front just standing there talking for 20 minutes. You know, I mean, everybody just so wants to talk, and not just Thai people, but I find it with foreigners as well, and like myself. It's so easy. I mean, we're all here for the same reason, so we all have something in common to begin with. You know. What else we got? Dino, hello. I like the idea of having a long-term home, but the freedom of moving anywhere in Thailand is so tempting. Yes. Yeah. See, the thing with here is that 90% of the time they're 12-month leases. All right, so you've got to sign up for 12 months. Okay. I mean, you can break that lease. You're just going to lose your 2-month deposit. Right? If you're willing to lose that, no big deal. You can move somewhere else. Or when your lease is up for renewal, you can decide if you want to stay here in that part of Chiang Mai, or move to another area, or move to another part of the country if you want. So renting, it doesn't lock you down, but if you buy, okay, I can buy my condo I've seen for sale in my building for about 1.5 million. It's a pretty good price, all right? If you've got that much to spare, and in the future I will have that much money to spare, I will be looking at for an investment, and I would pay that. I would, for a couple of reasons, right? 2 reasons is, one, not as an investment to make money, because values aren't really going up at all, but the fact is that I won't have to pay rent again. Okay, so never pay rent again. So that's saving me money there. I'll always likely be able to sell it for what I paid for it, so I'm not going to lose out that way. The other thing too is that if I wanted to leave and live somewhere else, say I want to spend 6 months or 12 months down south in Thailand, or over in Korat in, you know, different part of Thailand, or maybe I want to live in Cambodia for a year, you know, I've got a condo here that I could lease out. Okay, I could lease this out for a year. Now, I'm not going to make much money, but the rent I'm collecting for the condo here would cover my rent expenses where I am moving to. So, win-win, really. You know, whatever I decide to do, I'm not going to be paying rent anywhere. And that is a likely thing. You know, I may go to Vietnam in a few years' time and live there and rent out my condo. Why not? You know? So, you know, get a real estate agent to sign up someone here for 12 months, and off I go. And they're paying my rent. So that's just an investment that will come up in future. What else we got? Is it scary travelling? Hello, Sarah. Sarah, no, look, I've been travelling for a long time, all right? My first trip overseas was to Nepal, okay? I was very fortunate. I was with Edmund Hillary's son, Peter Hillary, with a company called World Expeditions in Sydney. I signed up for them and got chosen amongst a huge number of people to go on an exploratory expedition to Nepal and Tibet with Edmund Hillary's son, Peter, who was our leading the group. I trained for about 3 months before, and then we left. I remember it was in November, and off we went, and it was 6 weeks trekking, and I went up, we did Everest Base Camp, but we also helped support a team that was summiting, and we went on parts of the ice wall as well, which was fantastic, amazing. And then we summited 2 other mountains nearby, Renjo La, Guaikio Rai. Renjo La was a glacier actually, but yeah, we summited 2 other mountains. Then we went into Tibet, we crossed into Tibet. The idea was World Expeditions was opening up new trekking regions, and we had a great time, 6 weeks up. I did that, yeah. Then I came back to Kathmandu, and then everybody flew home except me. I stayed there. I met a Nepalese guy, and met his wife, and just had a baby, got invited to his house, and stayed there for a couple more weeks, and with some locals. It was fantastic. And then I, instead of coming home, I went off to India for 5 months, and then I went to England, and yeah, I didn't go home for 2 years. And I have the travel bug ever since. So yeah, so every year I go somewhere, every year. Scary travelling? It depends where you go, all right? I've been to some scary places. I've had a lot of scary experiences. If I was a cat, I'd want to be treading carefully now, because I'd be at the end of my 9 lives. You know, probably only got 1 or 2 left, so I want to be a little bit more careful now. So yeah, places in Africa, and many years ago in Burma, Myanmar as it is now. Yeah. Fishy, do you feel safe and secure in the apartment? Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. I've got a school teacher who lives next door to me. I've got an American on the other side. I've got a nice couple from the UK that come over here for 6 months every year. Yeah, everybody's friendly, everybody's nice, and it's secure. We have security guards at the front gate. There's a security guard at the front gate for the entrance to the building. We have a security guard in the foyer who sits there. It's swipe access in and out of the building. We have 4 girls down on the reception every day. We have a security guard at the pool, the door to the pool. So he's up there at his desk there. It's a great place. Yeah, it's definitely good, and yeah, it's fine. You know, to be honest, I don't even lock my door. You know, if I'm just going down for the pool for a couple of hours, I don't even bother locking the door. I just close the door and go down there. No one's going to come in. You know, it's fine. 3 by 30-year leases, government backed in Thailand by a land office, own house lease land, and you can will it to relatives. Okay, yeah, I've heard something along those lines. Yeah, that's right. It might be a bit more difficult renting out a house though than it would be if I owned a condo. Yeah, I see a lot of houses for rent. I don't know what they cost. It's all in Thai, but yeah, they look like they've been sitting empty for a long time. Chocolate meringue. This Aussie guy has a big brain, does he? Thailand is the safest place I've ever been to on this entire planet. Yep, I would let me nan walk around at 3 a.m. no problem. Mate, would I agree with that? The safest place you've ever been to on the entire planet? Well, I don't know how many places you've been to on the entire planet. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I can leave my keys in my bike and my helmet on my bike and go in the shoppings, and my bike will be there, my keys and my helmet will be there. You know, I'm telling you now, if I left my wallet sitting here on the table and I left, all right, and then 6 hours later I discover I've lost my wallet, and remember I left it here, I can guarantee you 200% that if I walk back in here, as soon as I walk in, the bellboy, the bell captain over there would recognise me and send me straight over here, and that girl, she would have picked up my wallet, or somebody would have handed it in and given it to her. 100% guarantee, and everything would be in it. That's how safe it is here for that side of things. I can walk around here any time of the night. I don't feel threatened at all. All right. I've had some young kids early in the morning drinking over in that park there. I know they were once, and I'm talking hundreds of times I've walked past these kids, different kids there. Only once did I have somebody saying something, you know, having a go, you know, but it was nothing. You know. So I think, yeah, it is perfectly safe here. It's great. You can go anywhere. You can walk in anywhere. It's 100% safe. Really, really good. You know, mind you, I don't hang around the bars and stuff, but you know, I would say so too. Definitely, this is the safest place, safest country I've been to. Been to a few countries through Africa. I wouldn't say are safe. I've been through most of Asia, Laos, Cambodia. I've been all through Indonesia, all the islands of Indonesia, for months travelling through Indonesia, Malaysia. I've been to Oman, I've been to Egypt. In fact, Egypt I got robbed. Just come to my mind just then. Yeah, some guy robbed me. In Alexandria, actually. He wanted me to go by, what happened? Oh, I don't remember the details. It had something to do with alcohol though. This guy wanted me to, oh, that's right. He wanted me to buy some bourbon or scotch, and he could get it for a really good price, right? And he said, normally it costs this much, but I can get it for you half that price. And I thought, oh, okay. He said, you give me the money, I'm going into that shop where they sell the alcohol, and I'll get it for you half the price. Stupid me. So I give him the money, I watch him. He goes in the shop, and I'm waiting. He doesn't come out. I go into the shop. Sure enough, there's another entrance at the back of the shop. He's just gone with my money. So it wasn't much, about $50 US. So yeah, Morocco, no problems. Yeah. This would be the. I can walk around here anytime. Yeah. What else we got? So Thailand, yes. Fishy saying at 67 you're entitled to the Aussie pension. That's right. Yes. Do you know if you have to come back to Australia to organise, or can you do it from Thailand? Okay, so I checked up on this recently. You have to go back to Australia. Okay, you can't apply for the pension from overseas. And not only that, but when you claim the pension, you have to live in Australia for the first 2 years before you're entitled to the pension. Okay, so at 65, this is the plan. Unfortunate as it is, at 65, in my case, I'm going to move back to Australia. Yeah, so sister, if you're watching, I'm going to be a couch potato. I need somewhere to stay for 2 years. I don't think that's going to happen. I can go back there. I can claim unemployment benefits as like anyone else and just suffer for 2 years. Then when you turn 67, walk into Centrelink or whoever's dealing with that now, put in your thing and you get your full pension. In my case, full pension. All right, I've been living in Australia and working since I was 17 years old, non-stop without a break. As long as you've been working a minimum of 37 years consistently as an Australian citizen, right? you're entitled to the full pension. When I left, I'm now only 56, 55, 56, something, right? Well, not legally, but I've retired 10 years before I'm due for the pension. But I can do that and I will still be entitled to the full pension, because even though I won't be working for the next 10 years or 12 years and living in Thailand for 12 years, I have still been in Australia as a permanent resident working for 35 years. So I'm still going to be entitled to that full pension. When you do that, you don't, and you go, right, thank you, get your first payment, whip back over to Thailand and live in Thailand. You won't get your Medicare card, you won't get your electricity benefits and any other benefits that pensioners get. You'll just get the amount of whatever that is, and that's it. You just, like many other Aussies here now, living on their pension over here, which is, when you do the conversion, you can live quite well. $1,000 a fortnight, a bit over $1,000 a fortnight. That's a fortune here. Well, I mean, depending on your own standard of living, but certainly more than my budget here now. To give you an idea, my budget is around $500-600 a month. We're talking $1,000 a fortnight on a pension. So, yeah, I'll be able to upgrade the scooter to a nice big adventure bike and be able to do a few other things. So, yeah, not looking forward to that. It's a long way off. It's 11 years away for me before I'm entitled to a pension. So yes, you have to come back, and also the what I'm looking forward to is when I turn 60. Is that right? Yeah, 60. At 60, I can access my superannuation. Okay, so I don't know if you're in Australia, but in Australia, you're entitled to your superannuation at 60. When you're in Australia and you're working, your employer contributes to your superannuation a certain percentage, and my employer, it's by law they have been doing that all my working career. You can also add to it yourself to top it up. Over 35 years, I've accumulated enough quite nice healthy superannuation, so when I hit 60, pretty much I don't have to go back to Australia to do that. All I need to do is send them an email to the Australian Superannuation Fund with my identification and so forth, and they will transfer that as a lump sum. That's my choice. I have two choices. I can take it as a lump sum, or I can take it as a pension of whatever amount I want. So you could still be earning on it if it's doing well in the fund, and take it as a pension each month or fortnight, or take the whole lump sum out and do what you want with it. That's my plan. I've got plans for that. So that'll happen when I turn 60. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know, of course, that needs to last me till I'm 67, including money left for having to move back to Australia for 2 years. Before then I move on to the pension. But I have investment ideas for that superannuation over here anyway. So, yeah, all good. Great, guys. We've been going for nearly an hour and 50 minutes. It's good. We've still got a few people, so I'm not going to end yet. We'll keep talking. If you're new and you haven't said anything in the chat, say hello, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We're at 2,500 subscribers. Let's get it up a little bit more. I haven't checked it recently, but we've obviously probably gone past that now, so that's great. Let's have a look in the chat here. Just check put my eyes back on. I've got a spot there. There's a spot. Look at that. Right in my glasses. What do we got here? At 67, you're entitled to the Aussie pension. Yes. Do you know if you have to come back? Yes, you do. Another thing, what I thought was a fact, which has turned out to be wrong. Australia has this agreement with about, I think it's about 8 countries in the world where you can retire and collect your pension like here in Thailand, but they have an agreement that I thought that you could go and spend your 2 years in one of these countries and then claim your pension. You didn't have to be back into Australia to do that. I think Japan was one, Malta was another. There's other countries, maybe possibly cheaper. I think there was a Eastern European country in there as well. Other than the fact that it was a cold place, it would be a cheaper alternative than going back to Australia for 2 years. But the other side of it too is that if I owned a condo or something here when I had to come back to Australia, I could lease it out while I'm back in Australia suffering. You know, like just as long as I'm not doing anything too adventurous. Like I say, I don't have many lives left and it's still 10 years away. You know, I still want to be healthy and so forth when I hit that age. I had a similar experience with honesty in Korea, yes, but Thailand was way friendlier. I agree. Jack saying to Fishy, to make pension portable, take it overseas. Yes, that's right. You have to live in Oz for 2 years, and that is 2 years prior to you claiming the pension. Okay. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you have to on old age pension for 2 years to make it portable. That's right, yes you do. Retired in the US. I'm considering moving to Thailand. Hello, Captain Nemo. That's another fish, isn't it? We got Fishy, and we got Nemo. What's going on? Love it. Good. How is medical care there? Oh, mate. It is good. It is good. It's professional. The standards here, like, I'm going to show you out the window, right? See that? That's the Rajanev, I think, pronounced right. It's written backwards because of the camera. That's the private hospital near me here. I've been there many a time for checkups and so forth. World class, world class. I went in there to get a blood test. For those who don't know, I suffered pulmonary edema just a month before I was to fly out to here to live this year. So basically that's a blood clot that went through my heart into my lung. Normally it's caused by deep vein thrombosis in the legs, but on rare cases it's not caused by that and the reason is unknown, and in my case it was unknown. I was not in a long haul flight or anything that would have caused that in my legs to happen. So to this day we don't know what caused it. So I literally nearly died. Okay, I was if I hadn't have left home, jumped on my motorbike, stupid as it sounds, and ridden to the hospital in Sydney, 15 minutes later, just 15 minutes later, I'd have died. I couldn't breathe. This blood clot went into my lung, and every breath that steadily got worse and worse, to the point where when I just made it to the hospital, went into the emergency ward, I thought I was having a heart attack at the time. I didn't know what was going on. The pain I was having in my chest, I couldn't breathe, shortness of breath. 20% of the normal oxygen you get when you breathe in was all I could inhale. I could sort of just that was as much as I could get in at all, because of the pain stopping me from breathing more. Anyway, so I survived, obviously. They put me on blood thinners. Okay, I got 6 months worth of blood thinners. We don't know what caused it. So unfortunately, because of that, there's no reason to know what could cause it again. The blood thinners were a safety net. So the blood doesn't clot while you're on thinners, so it's unlikely to happen again. I would have had to cancel and defer my flight if it had happened just a week later. The doctor wouldn't have let me flown. Anyway, when I got here, I had blood tests done. I told them about my history. They photocopied all the medical reports. They have everything on record over there. They were professional, right? I've been there, I've had a cardiograph, I've had a chest x-ray, I've had blood tests, I've had urine tests, I've had everything, complete checkup, and it is really, really cheap, all right? To visit the doctor there costs you $10, whatever reason. You go in there, you pay $10, all right? The chest x-ray cost me about $5. The blood test and the cardiograph cost me about $8. And it's done instantly. You walk in the door, it's like walking into a 5-star hotel. You walk in the door there, you walk up to the receptionist desk, they just want your ID, whether it's a passport or whatever you've got. You take a seat, you're not sitting for more than 10 minutes, you'll get called up, you go there, they'll take your blood pressure, they'll take your temperature, and then they'll take you go sit down again. And then another 5 minutes, you're in there seeing the doctor. Doctors perfectly speaks English, no problem at all, no communication problems, they're experts, they're professionals. And you get your treatment and you get all that. That day I had the chest x-ray, the cardiograph and the blood test, right? But from the time I walked into the hospital to the time I walked out, an hour had passed. That was it. And then I was told to come back in half an hour for the x-ray. I came back in half an hour. As soon as they saw me, they called me across, went straight into the doctor, they had my x-ray, everything was clear, all good, and I was out in 10 minutes. You know, and the whole thing cost me about 700 baht. So what can I say? Really good, no problems here. Okay, most Thai medical is far ahead of most, if not all, Western countries. Absolutely, you know. I mean, you go in Australia, you go there and sit in Australia to watch, to get to medical. Walk into emergency, right? I walked into emergency with a toothache once on a weekend because the dentist was closed. Worst toothache of my life. It was like an abscess. It was so bad I actually rang an ambulance because I didn't think I could ride my motorbike to the hospital. That's how bad it was. They wouldn't send me an ambulance. So I rode my bike there. I got there, I walked into emergency. I said, I got a toothache. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Look at me, I'm sweating. I need painkiller, that's all. I don't care, don't need to do an extraction or anything like that, just give me some painkillers, right? They took me and gave me a blood test. My blood pressure was high, obviously. They told me to sit down, right? I waited there for an hour, embarrassed. All these other people in the emergency room. I'm trying to hide my pain, you know? And I was at the point where I felt like I could almost pass out. I got up and went to the window and I said to the nurse at the window, I said, how long do it be for me to see a doctor? She goes, oh, the next doctor's going to be available probably in about 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. I thought, you're fucking kidding me. 4 to 5 hours? What the hell? Screw this. And at the top of my voice, to let everybody know in that room, I didn't give a shit, right? I said, you're making me wait with a head injury 4 to 5 hours to see a doctor. I yelled that in front of everybody and I walked out. Screw that. I went home. This was at night time. I went home. I dosed up on all the painkillers and Panadol. I grabbed a bottle of stuff I bought from Africa. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a coffee liqueur. Mate, I sculled half of that. Anything to numb the pain. I went through the whole night suffering, right? First thing in the morning, I went down to my dentist. I said, please, pull this tooth out. The condition I was in, he took me straight in, put me in the chair, and gave me the injection. And I can tell you now, tears came down my eyes when that pain disappeared. Oh, God, it was so good. Just so good to be pain-free after what I went through. But that, oh, Australia, oh. one of the many reasons I left. One of the many reasons I left. What's this? Jack, are you saying you have to live in Australia from 67 to 69, not 65 to 67? You got to live in Australia from the year age 65 to 67. If 67 is your retirement age, and it all goes back to the date you were born, okay, I think. For me, it's 67. Yeah, 2 years before. You need to live there for 2 years before. Jackberry saying, I'm 64. My old age pension is 67. Yep, so you've got to go back to Australia when you're 65 next year. Go there, check them out, make sure everything's good, and you'll be right. Yeah. Captain Nemo, I retired at 52. I'm ready to leave the States. Yeah. Good on you. Lived in Europe for a few years, so I can go now since I've met 2 years. That's good. Yeah. I'm not sure how it works in Australia, but yeah. So is it out of pocket costs? I'm glad you're doing better. That's a dangerous condition. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's very cheap medical care over here. Look, to be honest, I don't have health insurance here. I'm looking for health insurance to get. I've heard the Bangkok bank that I'm with offers health insurance, and I'm going to check around. But right now, I am covered, and I can show you this. With my motorcycle that I rented, my motorcycle is insured. That covers the rider. Me, the rider, is the one who hired it. So if I was to have an accident on the motorcycle, I'm covered for the damage I do to somebody else or something else, like property damage. I'm also covered through that insurance on that bike, so that's good. I have this little card that when you open up an account with the Bangkok, they give you this little health card, and that gives you some insurance. It gives you a small discount off your medical expenses, but that has actually expired. I need to get that, check up on that. So yeah, what else we got? But yeah, I will be looking at getting some insurance. Just, we're not getting any younger. Health insurance available, yeah, but most expats take out catastrophic insurance. Oh yeah, and self-insurance on other medical, 10%. Yeah, okay, yeah. And Tan the man, how are you, buddy? Get medical insurance, mate. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I will. The Bangkok Bank one worked out at a pretty good price, not very expensive, and it covered you for general stuff, accidents and things like that, but didn't cover you things if you needed surgery or stuff like that. Say I had, some major surgery that required something that happened that wasn't like an accident, then I wouldn't be covered. I have to, Duncan, hello there, Duncan. His age around 1,300 Aussie dollars a year. Yeah. Yeah. Captain Nemo saying, I am covered in US Blue Shield and the VA, veterans, right. I'm in good shape, but have some lower back stuff going on still. Yeah. Look, just walking around here, it's so easy to have an accident. The footpaths and pavements, you could trip and twist an ankle or break something, who knows. To give an example, right, was it last year? Last year I was over here, I dislocated my toe. No travel insurance, I was here on a holiday, no insurance. I went to the local hospital. This was a small town hospital, okay? No foreigners go, rarely any foreigners go there. The whole town probably had about, say, a dozen foreigners living in it, that was it. I went into there, I rode my bike back. I thought I'd broken my toe. my big toe of my left foot was sticking up like that. I kicked a rock and woof, wow, yeah. So I got to the hospital, saw the doctor, straight away got an x-ray, came back. I wasn't in any pain though, it was okay as long as you didn't touch it. They took me through into emergency, put me there, nurses came round, they gave me the anaesthetic in the toe, everything went numb. I'm just sitting up there, actually I was filming it with my camera there, giving me the needle, and then he just got there and straightened up my toe. They found out it was dislocated and, you know, got it back into position. And a young doctor there, he looks up at me and he goes, "Does that look all right?" I look down, I go, "I don't know, you're the doctor, is it?" Is it back in? It feels like it's back in there. Although there seemed a bit of a bump on the bottom where a bit of bone was still sitting wrongly. Got under there, pushed it back up. I couldn't feel a thing. Anyway, got all that done. Then they went and x-rayed it again. Looked at the x-rays. Yeah, looks good. Okay, great. Bandaged it up, put a cast over it, did all that, and then sent me off with painkillers, which I never even needed. Never needed the painkillers. I came back and I was supposed to leave 10 days, have 10 days wearing this thing, but I couldn't wear a shoe on this foot. And I'm riding around on a motorbike and you just can't walk around with your toe braced up like that. I did buy a pair of sandals where I cut the ends off and had my toes sticking out, that helped, but the problem is it was really hot and I wanted to swim and you couldn't swim. Couldn't get it wet. So I went back after 5 days and I said, "Look, it's not hurting, can I take all this off?" So they took it, they went and got me another x-ray, make sure I hadn't done anything in that time. Everything looked good. They took all the bandages off and there it was all good. Fine, I walked out of the hospital, done. Do you know what that cost me? All of that treatment, everything. It cost me about 30 Australian dollars. And that's from a local hospital, not the private hospital is more expensive, but a local hospital cost me $30. You know, they wanted like 1,000 baht. I thought they'd made a mistake, but no, that was the price. Fantastic. Anyway, happening. Oh my God, my power bills are over $500 a month. Whoa, 500? Won't tell you mine. Mine's due this week actually, in the next couple of days. We pay monthly here. I'll get a little bit of paper stuck on my door, probably Monday or Tuesday, and I'm expecting that to be about 700 baht. Okay, that includes the water bill for the month as well. So we're looking at 700 baht. That's not much. Mind you, I haven't used the aircon for the month at all. Using the aircon doubles the bill, but it's still very cheap. You know, it's still very cheap. Let's see. Ed Sweeney, Cockburn. Wow, cheaping out. Yeah, Ed Sweeney. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you've got to be careful. Make sure you get cover, decent cover. I like the healthy lifestyle and the stress-free environment. Yeah, the Thai people are very kind. They absolutely are. Yeah, it's a land of smiles for a reason. G'day, Rick Nielsen. G'day. If you are planning to go to Pattaya, I can recommend Pattaya International Dental Clinic on Soi Buakhao. Okay, for great dental services, not cheap but worth it. I went to Pattaya when I was there about 3 years ago. I went to a dental clinic. I think it was on Soi Buakhao. I don't know if that was the one. I walked in there. I needed to talk about getting veneers, complete implants, upper and lower. My teeth are a mess, and they went in, they did an x-ray, they checked me all out, very cheap, cost me like $20 Australian. They went through and explained it all to me. It works out, it's going to cost me probably about between 8 to 10,000 Australian dollars, right, to do complete upper and lower veneer implants and have a smile like Tom Cruise. All right, and that is a bargain. It's all done over about a week. So, that's pretty extreme though. Okay, so for that involves they take out all your teeth. Okay, then they drill mounts into your gum. They do 4 locations, upper and lower. Right, you go away and heal for a week. They put you up in a hotel. It's all covered, part of the expenses. Then you come back. While you're gone, they've already x-rayed and measured and worked out you've already had the appointment, picked out the teeth and everything you want, and then you come back and you'll have them fitted. And they have like they're like titanium clamps, bolts that go into the holes that they've fitted into your gums, and they're permanent, upper and lower, and you're done. You walk out and you're done, and yeah, happy days. But yeah, okay, that's one. The Apache International Dental Clinic's another one. I'm sure that's a different name, but yeah, for dental stuff here, it's the place to go. Yeah, you will have to, Mr. Fishy, go back, unfortunately. You know, if we're the same age, I don't remember, are we? You know, I don't mind sharing. We could go halves in rent somewhere on the Gold Coast. At least we'll still have the beach nearby. Sabai in Thai. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Sorry if I'm behind in messages. We've been going for over 2 hours. Wow. You know, to live well, what would I need to bring in monthly there? Listen, it's so dependent on yourself monthly, you know. Yeah, I mean, how many times do you see YouTubers here in Thailand put out, oh, I can live on $1,000 a month, or I can live on $2,000 a month, or $500 a month, all right? And then you get people that get on their channel and say YouTubers out there are lying about how much you can live on per month. You know, you can't live on $1,000 a month here in Thailand, or $500 a month, all right, and be happy. Well, maybe you can't, all right? It's an individual thing, isn't it? You know, I mean, my phone that we're talking on now, that I'm talking on now, is 8 years old. It's an Android. It's an A52, all right? I don't need the latest iPhone. I don't need to go out and spend thousands of dollars on the latest phone. I don't need to live in a luxury 2-bedroom condo or whatever, you know. That's just me, all right? I don't need to eat. I don't need to eat at restaurants that cost a fortune, you know. I am living, and I've done the video. All right. I'm living on $500 a month. I don't remember if that was Australian. About 600 Australian dollars a month is what I'm living on, and I'm quite happy with that. I really, not a problem at all. I couldn't do this in Bangkok, no, and I could probably live cheaper. I could find a cheaper place to rent, but it probably wouldn't have a beautiful swimming pool, and it probably wouldn't have a nice view, you know, and be as big and spacious as mine. But it has what I want. It ticks all the boxes for what I needed, and it's within the budget I had. Okay, I pay $8,000 a month for rent. That's my rent. I'm happy with that. Hey Kevin, how are you, mate? Water and electricity, mind you, Kevin lives in the same building as me. It's about 400 baht and 700 in the really hot months. Really? Hey, yours are cheap. What am I doing wrong? Hey? In the hot months, mine was about 1400, and I didn't use the aircon that much. I certainly didn't leave it on all night or all day. I just like put it on for a few hours in the hottest time of the day. That's it. You know, maybe the ceiling fan I should turn off. Maybe that's using a lot more electricity. I used to leave that on all the time. Okay. Anyway, you got a good deal there. I don't know how you got away with that so cheap. 400 baht now. Yeah, my last one was 700 baht, and I never turned the aircon on once. Mind you, I do have a computer running, you know, most of the day. I turn it off at night though. But anyway, you see, it's all in the budget. So I'm not going to go and suggest how much you can live here on. I don't know. To live well, it depends on where you're going to live. Bangkok's more expensive. Do you drink? There's a big thing there, right? I don't drink alcohol and I don't smoke at all, right? So basically, that's almost half my budget I've just saved already. If you're a drinker, you could add 25% to your budget straight up, you know. Cigarettes probably don't really count. I don't know how much the other green stuff costs. It's not my thing either. But no, I'm just drinking water, all right? DJI gave me this when I bought my DJI camera. Put it this way, the Aussie pension, the Aussie monthly pension, no problem. You can live really well. You have a great life here. You can. You know, you don't have to eat. I go to the supermarket once a fortnight and I go buy all my Western bread rolls and my peanut butter and my lasagnas, frozen meals. I buy all that stuff, you know, because a lasagna only costs about $3, frozen lasagna that you can get, you know, all right. I'll tell you now, I know for a fact, the similar lasagna, almost exact same lasagna from the Coles supermarket in Sydney will cost you $7, $8, not $3. All right? I can go out and eat here. I can go and sit down out there in a street side cafe and have a really nice pork rice dinner for 60 baht. 60 baht, my mate down there do it for it. Pad Thai down there for 40 baht. Good meal. Come back past 7-Eleven, pick up a 20 baht ice cream. Done. All right? Where the bill goes up is if you go buy 2 beers. You go buy and have a couple of beers a night, there's 150 baht straight up already. The beer costs more than the food in some cases. Now, if I want to go sit in a restaurant that's got air conditioning and stuff with a menu, you know, yeah, you'll pay twice that. Or if I want to live in Chiang Mai in the city where the tourists are, sure, breakfast and everything's going to cost you more. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's just say to live well, I think $1,000 if you living in Bangkok, everything's going to be more expensive. Your rent and everything too. So, you know, it's hard to answer that question. I can just say what I deal with. Yeah, it's about $12. That's right, $12 US. It's not bad, is it? It'll make you crazy, yeah. Yeah, same, fishy. Yeah, come on, man. Victoria's too cold. Come up to Queensland, eh? Come up to Queensland. Enjoy, you know, at least something that's similar climate a little bit, you know. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Cheap, isn't it? Captain Nemo, is there work for expats? If you're on a retirement visa, you can't work. All right, it's illegal for you to work. It's illegal for you to work in this country on any visa for a Thai company. For a company that's based in the country, you can't work unless you have a working visa. All right. So if you want to do YouTube and make money on YouTube, that's fine. And retired means retired from work in your own country on a retirement visa. Doesn't mean you can't be earning income. Okay, most people have property investments, company shares or whatever. They're earning an income. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. But you can't go and work here. You can't go work in a coffee shop and get a job or anything like that. No. Must be the air fryer. You think so? No, it's only on 20 minutes at a time. You know? Maybe it's the toaster. I heard toasters. Back in Australia, you used to buy this little thing that you would connect up to your power point. And somehow, every time you turned on an electrical appliance, it would record the amount it was using, electricity it was using. And you could watch and see that, and I remember that the toaster was using more electricity than any other appliance. All right, the electric toaster when it was on. But things like your jug and your microwave and things like that, and you could watch how much power it was using. That'd be really handy. But yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's one of those things. Well, what the hell, you know? Don't drink or smoke, that's right. Rick saying I would I normally stay, is that the View Tele in Jomtien condominium? Okay. Yeah. I got to the Can-Do bar once a week for a night out. Generally 700-800 baht for the night. There are more expensive bars though. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Have I caught up on chat? Wow. Peter, I'm already in Queensland. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right, you are. I was thinking like someone else said they were in Victoria. That's right. And I'm in Coomera near your sister. That's right. Oh, well, there we go, mate. We will be meeting up at some point, I'm sure. I'm sure. Coomera is a beautiful place. My father lives at my sister's place. They built like a granny flat, which would be like a grandpa flat, attached to the house at Coomera Waters, and that's where he moved up from Sydney. And Rick is saying he's in Brizzy. Did you get much damage from the thunderstorm? You had a bad thunderstorm a couple of days ago, did you? Gosh, yeah, you get some good storms in Queensland, don't you? Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Anyway, guys, look, I'm going to finish the stream up here now. 2.5 hours. Gosh, no one's going to watch the replay of this for 2.5 hours. You're on the Gold Coast. Okay, yeah. There's a difference between the Gold Coast and Brisbane. I used to work in Brisbane. If you're from Brisbane, the city, you would know the building I used to work at called the Riparian Plaza. I used to do security there. I did security in all the big buildings, the Telstra building, the big Eagle Street, most of the buildings, and One Eagle Street, where all the politicians are. Yeah, love Brisbane. Great stuff. I bet that looked different since I've been there. All that Queen's Wharf area would be quite a sight now, with all the construction going on there. Yeah, you know, well, no problems, mate. Every weekend we do the live stream. Oh, next weekend is the Lantern Festival, so we'll see what happens. That's going to be huge here. I'll still do the live stream, but there'll be, you know, hangovers. Well, not for me, I don't drink, but there'll be, yeah, a lot of people hung over after that one, I think. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekends wherever you are. I'm going to go find, what time is it? Is it lunchtime yet? It's almost lunchtime. Yeah, I need to go buy some pork. I feel like some pork. All right. Cheers all. Thank you for watching. See you all next week. Oh, tomorrow there's a video coming out. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow I go investigating a cave. Manang something cave. You're gonna laugh. It's fantastic. Yeah, not far from here. I just discovered this place. Yeah, being afraid of heights comes into it again. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to start smoking. Oh yeah, tobacco laws. Yeah, no, I ain't going to smoke again. All right. Yeah. I think it costs, to give you an idea, it's probably the equivalent. I think I asked at a 7-Eleven. It's about $4 for a packet of Benson and Hedges here, 20s. There you go. $4. Don't start smoking, it's bad for you. And so's drinking. All right, cheers, everybody. Goodbye. Enjoy. Catch us next time. Bye.